We ended 2018 with the top 10 sports stories of the year. We will begin 2019 with the top 10 sports predictions of the coming year. Coming in at number 10, I left the Golden State Warriors off the best of 2018, but I wouldn't dare do the same in 2019. I see Golden State raising the banner again, doing so in the final season at Oracle. The Dubs have had the league in a chokehold since the 2014-15 season. They have reached the NBA Finals in 4 consecutive seasons and had 2 seasons of 67 wins, along with 1 record-breaking season of 73. 3 championships in 4 seasons will soon become 4 over 5. Over the course of this 4-year stretch, the Warriors won more regular season games than any other team in NBA history. The regular season success translated quickly to the postseason as they are fresh off back-to-back titles and their 3rd championship in 4 years. At number 9, Warriors star Kevin Durant entertains the New York Knicks in free agency and actually does the unthinkable. KD leaves Golden State and signs a massive contract with the Orange and Blue, breaking up the Golden State dynasty. Durant's free agency move starts a domino that includes Kawhi Leonard inking with the LA Clippers. Durant becomes the biggest NBA story of the 2019 summer. The year kicks off with another free agency splash in baseball. Manny Machado becomes the Yankees' newest acquisition, but not at shortstop, rather at third base. After the Bronx Bombers inked Troy Tulowitzki, the Yanks then move Rookie of the Year runner-up Miguel Andujar to first base. Manny grabs the 8th spot on my list of top 10 sports predictions for 2019. The 7th spot belongs to the New Orleans Saints. While Machado headlines the sports stories in January, the Saints do so in February as they go on to win the Super Bowl in Atlanta. The Who Dat Saints enter the NFL playoffs as the NFC's top seed and a prohibitive favorite to capture the Super Bowl championship. They follow through on being the favorites behind Drew Brees and their powerful offense. Brees had an MVP-worthy season, completing an NFL record 74.4% of his passes for 3,992 yards and 32 touchdowns to go with a mere 5 interceptions. He threw for over 300 yards 6 times this year, but only twice during the last half of the season. Brees goes on to win the Super Bowl MVP too. Coming in at number 6 after Brees and the Saints wrap the NFL season with a title, the New York Jets rule the offseason. Gang Green puts the biggest full-court press in their history on Le'Veon Bell and finally convince him that he can do with Sam Darnold what he did in Pittsburgh with Ben Roethlisberger. Of course, it also takes 6 years and $100 million to get it done. The Jets also shore up their roster with the 3rd pick in the NFL draft and make the postseason in 2019. The New York Giants do the same this upcoming season, protecting Eli Manning a bit better, snatching Alabama's Jonah Williams with the 6th pick in the NFL draft. The star offensive lineman helps Manning, Saquon Barkley, and Odell Beckham Jr. spearhead an offense that goes on to win 9 games. The G-men grab my 5th spot on the top 10 sports predictions of 2019. At number 4, Fernando Alonso joins legendary race car driver Graham Hill as the only 2 to win the Triple Crown of Motorsport. Alonso will win the 2019 Indianapolis 500. The 2-time Formula One world champion, who retired from F1 at the end of the 2018 season, set himself the target of winning motorsport's unofficial Triple Crown, the Monaco Grand Prix, Le Mans 24, and the Indy 500. Alonso won Monaco twice and triumphed at Le Mans on his first attempt in 2018. 2019 brings home the Indy 500 for Alonso. The Baseball Hall of Fame welcomes Mariano Rivera in 2019 as he becomes the first unanimous selection in history. The Yankee great and arguably the greatest closer of all time headlines the induction class in July. How could he not? 13 All-Star games, a World Series MVP, an ALCS MVP, an All-Star Game MVP, 5 AL Rolaids Relief Awards, first all-time in saves, 5 World Series rings, etc., etc., etc. For about almost 2 decades, it was practically game over when Mo took the mound with a lead, and his consistent excellence often included 4 and 5 out innings, which is almost unheard of anymore. Mo takes the 3rd spot on my list. Coming in at number 2, I gave you the champ in the NBA and the NFL. How about the next team to hoist the Stanley Cup? I'll take the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2019. Toronto didn't make it past the first round of 17-18 in the playoffs after a 7-game loss to its rival, the Boston Bruins, and they haven't won more than a single postseason series since 2003-04. They added the NHL's hottest free agent and 5-time All-Star and former Islander John Tavares, one of the NHL's premier scorers, to a group of up-and-comers. With Tavares coming home to Canada, Toronto wins it all. And my number one sports prediction for 2019, drum roll please, Zion Williamson leads Duke to the national championship and turns pro, of course, after his freshman season on the college hardwood. Where does Zion land? Right here in New York. The Knicks add Durant and Zion Williamson for the first time in 34 years. The ping pong balls go their way again, and the Knicks get the number one pick. With Kristaps Porzingis, Kevin Durant, and Zion Williamson on the roster, the Knicks go from cellar dwellers to the top of the NBA playoff picture right away. What do you think of my list? Calling all prognosticators. Chime in on social media. Let me know which predictions you're buying and which ones you're selling for 2019. I'm Bobby C. Stay with us. More after this.